Your dreams may be making you less likely to act. Not because the dream is wrong, but because of something specific that happens inside the brain when you imagine your future self succeeding. Something researchers have been measuring for 2 decades, and almost nobody in the self-help industry wants to say out loud. The more vividly you picture your ideal life, the more your brain begins to treat it as something already partially achieved. Most people recognize this pattern even if they have never named it. Sunday night, something close to electricity. The week ahead looks completely different from all the previous ones. You write the plan, you set the alarms, you genuinely feel that this time is different. The version of you lying in bed at 11 p.m. has total clarity about what needs to happen and exactly why it matters. Monday morning, that person is gone. Not replaced by a decision to give up, replaced by something quieter and more specific. An email that needs answering first. A task that feels more manageable. A mood that doesn't quite match what the plan requires. By noon, the plan sits untouched. By evening, the shame arrives. By Sunday, the electricity comes back. The cycle resets and feels, again, like it might finally go differently. What most people don't calculate is what that cycle costs across years. Not in regret, in time. 5 years of Sunday nights that felt like turning points. 5 years of Monday mornings that quietly weren't. The skills that didn't develop. The project that stayed at 80%. The version of the job that never got applied for. The conversation that kept getting postponed until the window closed. The dream stayed exactly as vivid. The gap between imagining and starting stayed exactly as wide. And at no point did more dreaming close it. This is not a character flaw. It is a method flaw. And the method most people keep using is the one that feels most natural. Want it more, picture it more vividly, believe in it more completely. That method is the problem. But here's the strange part. In the 1990s, researchers at New York University ran a series of studies that produced results nobody expected. They asked participants to imagine their future success in vivid detail. A promotion earned, a project finished, a goal finally reached. Then they tracked how much energy those people actually invested over the following weeks. The pattern was consistent and uncomfortable. The more positively and vividly people fantasized about success, the less effort they put in. Their blood pressure dropped, their physical energy fell. Their brain, in a measurable physiological sense, had already experienced a version of the reward and reduced its output accordingly. Dreaming did not fuel action. It quietly substituted for it. The effect held across different goals, different ages, different countries. It was not a personality quirk. It was a predictable response to a specific mental habit, one the brain cannot easily distinguish from actually doing the thing, especially when the imagination is detailed, emotionally satisfying, and repeated night after night. The brain does not distinguish well between vividly imagining something and actually doing it, which means every time the dream feels real, something real is being spent. Think about what that means. Every vision board, every late-night journaling session, every time you lay in bed constructing the entire future in your head, you were not preparing to start. You were relieving the pressure to start. The brain received the emotional payoff without any of the friction. And the more vivid the picture, the more complete the relief. There is a fix, but first, something else is happening underneath all of this. Something almost nobody talks about. And it is the real reason good plans keep failing. Almost everyone gets this backwards. When the moment arrives to begin, when imagination finally has to convert into action, most people assume the resistance they feel is a motivation problem, a discipline problem, something wrong with them specifically. It isn't. Procrastination in clinical research is classified as an emotion regulation response. The task is rarely the obstacle. The feelings attached to starting are uncertainty, the low-level fear of trying something and not knowing how it turns out. Those feelings are uncomfortable. and avoidance removes them immediately. Picture it clearly. It is 9 a.m. The task is open on your screen. The first step is completely clear. You know exactly what to do, and yet something pulls you toward the email tab, the one errand that genuinely needs handling, the news you haven't checked. You go. 20 minutes pass. The discomfort that drove you away is still there, now joined by a quieter guilt sitting just underneath it. Tomorrow morning, the same pull appears again, slightly easier to follow than the day before. That is a trained reflex, one the brain has rehearsed so many times it no longer requires a decision. There is a version of this that wears a more sophisticated mask. The person who spends 2 hours reorganizing their workspace before beginning. The person who rewrites the plan for the 6th time because the timing still isn't quite right. Both feel like preparation. Both produce the same outcome as not starting. Here's what makes this harder to escape. Shame, which most people apply as a corrective after a missed day, accelerates the cycle rather than breaking it. Every self-critical thought adds emotional weight to the task, making delay feel more attractive next time, not less. The people who break free from this pattern do so not through more self-judgment, but by changing the structure of when and how starting happens. Which leads to the one thing the research consistently shows actually works. Most people believe motivation arrives before action, that you feel ready and then you begin. The evidence disagrees. Motivation follows action. The brain produces the feeling of engagement only after the work has started. The feeling of readiness does not arrive in advance. It arrives minutes into the task, once the initial friction passes and actual engagement takes over. People who wait to feel motivated before beginning are waiting for a feeling that cannot exist yet. Every person who has ever said, "I'll start when I feel ready," has been standing at a door that only opens from the other side. The solution is not a mindset shift. It is a structural one. A meta-analysis of over 94 independent studies found that specific if-then plans significantly outperform vague goal setting across nearly every measured behavior. The format is exact. If it is a specific time and place, then a specific action happens for a specific duration. Not, "I will work on my project this week." If it is 7 a.m. and I am at my desk, then I will work on the project for 20 minutes. The difference is neurological. A vague intention requires a live decision made at the exact moment when resistance is highest and avoidance is most available. A specific if-then plan removes the decision entirely. The cue triggers the behavior before resistance has time to form. The same research showed that pairing a goal with an explicitly anticipated obstacle, not just the vision of success, but the specific friction most likely to interrupt it, produced results that positive thinking alone never approached. The method has a name: WOOP. Wish, outcome, obstacle, plan. The dream does not disappear. It becomes a starting point rather than a destination. Not, "I want to get fit," but, "If it is 6:30 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then I will put on my shoes and walk for 20 minutes. If I feel like reaching for my phone instead, I have already left it in the kitchen the night before." One behavior, one time, one anticipated obstacle. The goal stays. What changes is the gap between deciding and doing. That gap is where most plans die. And closing it does not require more motivation, more belief, or a better vision. It requires one sentence written the night before. "It is 7 a.m. right now. Somewhere, someone no more disciplined than you is 12 minutes into a 20-minute walk." They are not thinking about whether today is the right day. That decision was made last night in 2 sentences. While you are still negotiating with yourself from under the covers, they are already almost done. The only difference between you and that person is not willpower. It is a piece of paper with a time written on it. There is a version of you that has been carrying the same dream for 2, 3, maybe 5 years. The wanting is genuine. The problem was never the dream itself. The problem is that the dream has been doing a job it was never built to do, filling the space where a plan should have been, and making that space feel occupied. Your dream does not need more emotion behind it. It never did. It needs a Tuesday at 7 a.m. Don't settle for your baseline. Go beyond it.